Bitcoin hoodie guy coming back with another Kaspa video. Before we get into it, could you please Mike Tyson the like and subscribe button? All right, we're gonna be talking about fiat going to dust. Quick rundown. We were close to 17 cents. Old pullback, old flash crash. But you can see we got trading volumes up 60% there. Markets down about 3%. So we're on course right there. You can see it's spending more time over 900 petahash. Did dip back down, but moving back up there. But just spending more and more time over at 900 petahashes. Here, Casplex said, "This is exciting news for Casplex team. We call on all wallet developers to integrate these new features as soon as possible in preparation for the official launch of KRC20." So that's what we're waiting for, the official launch date of KRC20. Then we can really start gearing up for our KRC20 strategy. The release candidate with RBF, dynamic fees, optimized mempool, and much more is here. It's on GitHub. So that looks like it's officially released now for wallets and everyone to integrate that. So that is pretty cool. We just got to be patient with that. You can see the rush rewrite's about the same as it's been, like 96, 97%. The Binance pool still there at 46 petahashes, number 5. That's nice to see. This is actually quite a few days old, or a couple days old, but just showing that Nacho, which is one of the ones I minted, had 6,051 holders with what was able to get minted. Still 90% of the supply is left. And according to the Casware wallet, I got 1.8 million Nacho, 1.6 million Trump. So we'll see what those do. So is fiat going to dust and how quick? So yesterday someone commented, I left a link in the description. I made a little video last night about how many Caspa to retire. Someone asked that question. It's very difficult to answer because there's multiple factors, like depending on what country you live in, how old you are. Someone that's 20 is going to need more money than someone that's 50. Someone in Philippines or South America is going to need more money than someone living in England or United States or Germany. And also the fiat money is going to lose value. That's all it does, is lose value, basically, just nonstop losing value. You got all these countries are printing money, going in further into debt. And so this is the M2 supply for China. And you can see that it's grown so much, even just recently, since basically COVID. It basically went from, it grew what, 200. This is an old chart for, looks like 2019. So this is an older one. I think it basically went from 200 to 300, I guess, million, billion, trillion yuan, 300, 200 to 300 trillion yuan. You can see the US M2 supply going up. It did pull back after the crazy amount of, um, printing in COVID, but then it's starting to work its way back up now. It's a one-way street. But the question is how quick does it go before it turns into dust? Someone said in 5 to 10 years it'll be dust. I don't think it's going to be that quick. I know a lot of crypto people want it, but there's the dichotomy of if if the fiat money loses value too quickly, and the big ones, small countries, or not the main currencies, basically outside of the pound, the euro, dollar, yuan, and, maybe Japanese yen. Some of the weaker, smaller countries like Latin America, places like that in Africa, maybe even like Turkey, if their currencies collapse, that's tough for their country. But, the bigger currencies are losing value every year, and COVID accelerated that. But if those big ones, especially the dollar, euro, yuan, if they lose value too much, then you don't want complete chaos. So that's what we're looking at. We know that they're all printing money. The debt, especially the United States debt, it's a one-way street. But I don't think that the U.S. dollar is going to be complete dust in 5 years, and that's just my opinion. I don't know. None of us know, but in 30 years, that's why it's hard to predict what you could need for Caspa, because we know that all these debts are going to be a lot higher. They're all going to print a lot more money. The euro is going to be worth less. The dollar is going to be worth less. The Chinese yuan is going to be worth less. And we know that. So that's why people are going into digital assets like Bitcoin and Kaspa that are decentralized. Um, you know, proof of stake, or the security is increasing. Bitcoin security is increasing. Kaspa security is increasing. And so we know that they're all going to be printing a ton of money. They can't help themselves. And they just need to pay for the militaries and all these military campaigns and all these programs and propping up their GDP and things like that. So the balance as a crypto holder like us is that you want your Kaspa, your Bitcoin to be more valuable in terms of fiat. In the end, it's about if you have a circular economy and you can buy stuff with Kaspa and Bitcoin, then houses get cheaper in that currency. And so far, both Kaspa and Bitcoin, the houses get cheaper in their history. Kaspa's younger, so but in the end, if there's hyperinflation like Weimar Germany with every cryptocurrency in 5 years, there's going to be major chaos in the world, which is less beneficial for life than having a slower bleed out of fiat, and you just become slowly wealthier, or depending on how much bag you have. So, hey, Leroy, thanks for tuning in. Thank you, sir, Mr. J. Blockdag. I appreciate you tuning in. So that's it. Quick video. You can see this actually should have pulled up the other M2 supply from the Fred that that showed what they did. I mean, because I think it basically went to from 200 trillion yuan to 300 trillion yuan in COVID. So they really increased their supply. The dollar increasing its supply, national debt going up. We know that that's on the table. That's why we're into cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Caspa, whatever. And then some other plays where we're just trying to buy more of what we want. But I don't think in 5 years that everything's going to be dust. It's going to lose value. You can see, look at all the printing that happened with the dollar, and what it lose 25 or 30%, which is quite a bit. But relatively speaking, it's not dust yet. And I think we don't want too much chaos, but we'll see. So that's all I got. Price is down, but trading volume's up. Hash rate still, popping up over 900 petahashes more and more. We're getting closer and closer to the relaunch of KRC20s. The stuff that needed to happen by the core devs for, mempool, dynamic fees, RBF, those type of things. That's on GitHub now. Wallets can integrate that, and that's paving the way for the next go around with KRC20s, which in turn will give miners more money. When you see the fees generated, that's what we need, more transactions. It'll show how many transactions. It'll give like a stress test for Kaspa, make it more profitable for miners. It's a win-win for everyone. We get to be a little bit of a degen. We get to play around with Nacho, Trump, Goad, whatever ones you're going after. And hopefully we can increase some of our Kaspa, have some fun. And that's basically about it. Oh yeah, the Pi cycle top indicator. That is, it's actually getting further away, and whether that's going to be another indicator this time where it's been pretty accurate for pretty close for calling tops when the orange line crosses the green line. But you can see when we zoom in here, we've been working out. So potentially that means we have quite a bit more time before the top. So we'll see. Thanks for watching and have a good day.